Hi everyone, it's Ty from TCG Block here. I'm here today to show you guys my S-Force deck profile video. I've been running S-Force for a couple months now. Mixed results. I find the archetype very unique, very, I don't want to say gimmicky, but they heavily are about their theme of columns and debuffs within the columns. I think it's very unique. Sort of, people say, oh, Mech Knights, but it's very different to Mech Knights. I love the theme for this deck. And they just got some support announced for not the next set, but the set after in the OCG. So I'm very excited to get those new cards, and they look really good. They'll definitely be a welcome addition because there are some holes in this deck within this archetype. So I'm excited to get those in. Similar to all our other deck profile videos, all our decks run pretty much pure, absolutely pure extra deck with mainly pure main deck with some in-theme tech cards to fit in. I run S-Force pretty control heavy and pretty track heavy too. So you might see some cards you may not have seen elsewhere. Fingers crossed you take something out of this video. Without further ado, I will get started. I run 3 Gravitino. I'll just give you a quick rundown on what all the good S-Force cards do at least. Anytime, while Gravitino's in the field, if any monster in the same column as an S-Force leaves the field, it's banished instead. Absolutely the best control S-Force card you have. Absolutely, Gravitino changes the game state and changes the board so much. I think Gravitino is 3-up just because you never don't want a Gravitino on the field. I run 2 Patina. Patina, not as much of a boss like Gravitino is. You mainly want Patina to special summon one of your banished monsters. So Patina is more of an extender. You never really want Patina in the hand. So I run Patina 2. The absolutely best S-Force card in the deck, Rapid Chiyomaru. Extender, you want this card in your hand first turn every time. Return to the hand, banish one, and special summon one from the deck. You essentially, this is your if you start with Chiyomaru and Gravitino, you're in for, as long as you don't get interrupted, you're in for a good play. You can get 3 out very, very easily. You essentially normal summon Chiyomaru, banish Gravitino from your hand, and return it to the hand, and return Chiyomaru to your hand. To special summon Patina, Patina special summons Gravitino, and you've got those two, and then Gravitino gives you a search. Right, it's incredible. Another great one I run 3 of is Razor. Razor, when it's normal summon, will special summon one from your hand. And again, just an extender, get another one on the board. Column effect doesn't really matter. Column effect doesn't really matter. Column effect doesn't really matter. Now, here's the issue with S-Force. Is a lot of the column effects don't matter as much. Great column effect, great summon effect, but it is what it is. Dog Tag is just a free summon. When your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon Dog Tag from your hand. You try and play this deck kind of reactively. So Dog Tag I think is a 3 of. A lot of people run 1 or 2, but I think Dog Tag's a 3. I'd be willing to go down to a 2 when the new support comes out. I run 1 Aurifist. I think it's sort of a waste. I don't think he's that good. He has when your opponent activates a monster effect, you get a destroy. You get destruction. That's pretty much his only good effect. He has a bit of a decent column effect. Is your opponent cannot target any of their monsters in the same column with card effects. So it might annoy Virtual World a little bit, but apart from that, not too much. That's all the S-Force cards I play because no one plays D-Gamma because it's beyond useless. For monster tech cards, I run 1 Adia the Heavenly Squire. Essentially just special summons you a Chiyomaru. A lot of this deck is either, I didn't get Chiyomaru in my hand, here's a way to get me Chiyomaru. The other one being Chaos Creator because we run a bunch of light and darks. I only have 1 because I managed to pull 1 in a random pack. So sure, and it actually works really well in this deck. That's all the monsters. As for spells and traps, I run 2 Bridgehead. Field spell card's kind of crap. It's actual field spell card is useless. I just use it for the search because he searches you any S-Force monster. All right, why would you not run 3 of that card? I run 3 Showdown, has 2 effects. You can either special summon 1 from your hand or recycle 1 from your graveyard to your hand. I run 3 just because if you get your normal summon stopped, the deck sort of shuts down, so you need to run 3 of these. Hopefully when the new support comes out, That can help a bit, but yeah, that's the 2 S4 spells I run. As for other spells, I run a Terraforming to search for the search. I run a Rhoda to search for Chiyomaru. I run a 1-for-1 to get Chiyomaru. I run a Gold Sarkov if I start Patina, and what's his name? Double slash. What's his name? Edgeraiser. So I can pitch one to banishment from the deck. Normal summon Edgeraiser, special summon Patina, special summon Banish. It's just like a sort of extension. Twin Twisters to clear back row, and then a Monster Reborn just for an extender. Is a very low on spell count deck, but we do run a lot of traps because I think they have an incredible trap, absolutely incredible. And I'll get into it now. So you're probably the best card in the deck, S-Force Chase. Target cards your opponent controls up to the number of S-Force monsters you control with different names, and then bounce them. But you got to remember, if they're in the same column as Gravitino, they're banished instead. Absolutely incredible card, can be searched with Gravitino. So absolute 3 of in any S-Force deck. As for the other S-Force trap, we run one Specimen. If your opponent controls a monster, target one of your S-Forces, banish the graveyard, special summon it. Has a banish effect from the graveyard to like change columns. Not that useful because not a quick effect or anything. As for just generic traps, we run 2 that can be only 1. It works in this deck pretty well, so we've pretty much got entirely different types for all of them. And it works pretty well because it doesn't hinder you at all, and it can stifle a lot of decks, can stun them a little bit. We run 2 Reinforced Truths, and this will be the card that not a lot of people have heard of. It's a trap card, especially someone level 2 or lower warrior from your deck. Can't conduct your battle phase this turn. That's fine, do it on your opponent's turn. Special summon a Chiyomaru from the deck because he's a level 2 warrior. And you pretty much, it's a quick effect, right? So you can special summon Chiyomaru, then use a quick effect right away. This card was kind of a pain to get a hold of. I think it's pretty good. I might go down to 1 in the future. We'll see what happens when the new support comes out. I run 1 Macrocosmos. I think it's fun because we use Banished a little bit, so it can really stifle some decks. 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Lost Wind, and then finally 1 Crackdown. In the future, I might get rid of this Solemn Judgment and go to another Crackdown. I think Crackdown's actually really fun and can really stifle a lot of decks, especially when we play in this deck pure, we only have 1 extra deck monster. And that is the Link 3 itself, S-Force Justify. Sometimes using 3 of your resources when you sort of want to get everything on the board and control the columns as much as you can really hurt you. So I like Crackdowns to go into Justify. Justify, I have mixed feelings about it. He's good offensively, he has no defense whatsoever, and he has no protection. This whole deck has no protection essentially. So when you're on offense, you're doing really well, but the moment your turn ends, Justify is just a brick. He essentially is a monster effect negate, and he can banish whatever he attacks. Not only can he banish whenever he attacks, when he attacks, he can banish whatever he points to. So you can banish 3 on an attack, right? Incredible. But again, during your opponent's turn, like pretty much a brick. Pretty much a brick. So again, I've had mixed results with this deck. There's definitely like a choke point with Chiyomaru. Although incredible as it is, right now it's a choke point because the moment they stop this, you sort of stop the deck. Hopefully when that new support comes out, we can fix that. So bring S-Force to the glory that they deserve, because security is important, ladies and gentlemen. And that comes to the conclusion of my S-Force deck profile video. If you made it through this far, thank you very, very much. We have a bunch of other deck profile videos on the channel. And if you like hearing Josh and myself talk, we also do a basketball podcast every week called the Low Block Podcast. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere good podcasts are found. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.